Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Well, for this video today, we're going from 1980 glamour poppers Duran Duran with their song Planet Earth to probably one of the most iconic songs, rock songs ever written. Certainly one of the most well known. And we're going to the Eagles today and their song Hotel California. Now, Hotel California came off their album of the same name in 1976, and that album's got some other great songs, including Life in the Fast Lane and New Kid in Town, and an interesting song at the end called The Last Resort. That's really worth a listen because there's some awesome vocals by Don Henley in that particular song. Of course, Don Henley, who was the drummer for the Eagles, and also one of the lead vocalists for the Eagles as well. If you think about drumming and lead singing at the same time, I really take my hat off to him to do that because he absolutely nails the vocals in this song. And while we're on Don Henley, I thought I'd just let you know that, as you've probably heard me say before, there were around 240 text posts in this series before we started doing video, and Don Henley's song Boys of Summer was the last written post I ever did. So what I'm going to do as a bonus is actually include a link to a live performance of that song in the description below. So feel free to click on that as well because it's an amazingly well done performance. Because I must admit, it's probably a song that I haven't really ever seen done live, and so to actually see it done live as well as this particular version is quite amazing. So, well, Hotel California. The lyrics are mysterious. There are a few rumours going around of what the lyrics are about. One of the most well-known ones is really having a dig at consumerism, because we've got pink champagne on ice and we've got Mercedes Benzes and we've got all sorts of things in this song. So that's one of the things that supposedly it's about. But I reckon let's just perhaps put ourselves in this story, because from my way of thinking, the thing about Hotel California is it's a mystery. We really don't know what it's like, really. And so do you imagine it as like this pristine resort sort of thing, or do you imagine it a bit more sort of quirky and a bit corny and a bit eclectic even? It's an interesting one. So the song starts off with a guy needing to rest for the night, and so he pulls up to the Hotel California and there's a lady standing in the doorway, and I suppose she's inviting, and she beckons him to come in so that he can rest. So imagine that you're walking through the door of this hotel. Now, whatever image you might have of the hotel, that's fine by you, but you walk in and it just feels strange and it feels weird. You can see that there's a lot of trappings, there's a lot of trimmings, lots of nice food, lots of drink, some other quirky people in there as well. It just doesn't feel quite right. It feels a bit strange. And you're thinking, should I stay or should I go? Curiosity gets the better of you and you actually end up staying, and you sort of sample the eclectic opulence, I think we'll call it that, of Hotel California, and it starts to warm to you a little bit. But there's also a sense of unease about it. And I suppose there's a point of the song where all the drums stop and it talks about the master's chambers and gathering for the feast. And something about they not being able to feel the beat. And after you leave that particular feature, you think, oh no, I can't hang around here, I have to go. I can't hang around. But of course, the last two lines of the song before we get into that epic duo guitar solo by Don Fielder and Joe Walsh. It's a famous guitar solo. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Got me thinking, I suppose, do we ever feel in our lives at times, and I'm going to put myself in here as well, that life's a bit weird, life's a bit strange, and we find ourselves in a place where we don't really understand what's happening. The surroundings look strange. Nothing looks familiar. Perhaps the friends that we knew aren't there as much at the moment. Of course, in this land of COVID-19, that's very much the case at the moment, and we're connecting in different ways. But I suppose even without COVID-19, are there times when we feel a bit strange and a bit weird, and we're in a land or a hotel which just doesn't feel right? No, this may have come after a loss that you've experienced, whether it's a loved one, or whether it's a job that you've lost, or a friendship that you've lost. And you find yourself in this place of grief, this place of sadness, and you think, this just feels really, really weird and really, really strange. And I suppose as I'm thinking about Hotel California, I kind of think about the symbolism of a place that is mysterious, and a place that's a little bit uneasy, a place that's a little bit unsettling. But some encouragement, I think, for us is that if you're in that place right now, of this place of weirdness and strangeness, first of all, it's a common human experience. I know your journey is specific to you and individual to you, but it is a common human experience. Other human beings have experienced this as well. And whereas Hotel California talks about never being able to leave, I think for any of us that are actually in this place of weirdness right now, that's not the reality for you. At some point, you will be able to leave. Life will move on into something new, little step by little step. And that's the great thing about life. We can choose to stay where we are, and to not progress, and to not want to engage with life again. But at some point, the urge to leave and to embrace new life will just overwhelm you, and you'll have to take action. It's interesting, at the end of this song, as I said before, we've got one of the most iconic guitar solos of all time. In fact, it's not a solo, it's a duo. So if you think about two guitarists playing in harmony with each other, Joe Walsh and Don Fielder, it's pretty amazing to watch, and we get swept away into a new place with a guitar solo like that. I was going to say guitar duo. I keep saying solo. It's actually duo. And I suppose an interpretation for me with the way the song finishes here is that we've gone from something quite mysterious to something quite uplifting, something quite memorable, something that spurs us on to new things. So I suppose the encouragement to all of us, if we are in this place of mystery right now, look for inklings of where there is light for you. Somewhere where there is encouragement for you. Somewhere where there is just something there that you can try. Our brains will probably do everything that we can to keep us where we are, because brains prefer to keep things the same. But if our hearts desire something new and something different, well, Let's get people around us who can help us if we need it. Or at the end of the day, you just need to do something. What could you do today even? Hop in the car if you have one and go for a drive somewhere new. Perhaps put the GPS away and just drive in a direction and see where it takes you. Or maybe, go for a walk. Because there are so many beautiful places on this planet of ours that you can get swept away by nature. So there's just 2 examples of something that I suppose we can do. And in fact, I'm going down to a beautiful place in a minute just for that very reason. So I hope that's an encouragement for you. This is an absolutely iconic song, this one. It's such a well-known song. Now, the Eagles, they didn't have that many albums, only about 7, I think it was. But there was a time where they did split up. I think things got a little bit ugly between the members. It's just the way, I think, success goes sometimes. I don't think anyone was trying to be malicious at all. I think it's just the way things went. But they did reform. And I remember watching DVD of the tour that they came back with, and the album was called Hell Freezes Over. And I reckon the first song that they sang on that DVD was Hotel California. And of course, one of the things the Eagles are famous for, apart from their fantastic songs, apart from their fantastic musicianship, apart from the fantastic vocals, are their fantastic harmonies. Absolutely brilliant harmonies. And I think on the Hell Freezes Over DVD, when they get to the chorus of Hotel California, because it's just them and their guitars, which just seems to bring it alive just a little bit more. The harmonies are just spot on. It's like they haven't forgotten anything. And I think likewise with this performance, it's since their reformation, and you'll actually see how good these guys actually are. So the links to this song, the links to Don Henley's Boys of Summer, and also if you want to recap on Duran Duran from last time, I'll just put the link to my commentary there as well. If you like this video, I encourage you to subscribe and also to click the notification buttons and select all, and every time a new video is posted, you'll get an email. I'm going to be doing these about 2 times a week, so you're not going to get overwhelmed by emails, which is important for me to know. So I hope this has been an encouragement for you today. Hotel California is just one of those songs that's mystery in it. And I hope the mystery can make sense to you in some way. So until next time, I'll catch you around.